Welcome to steamy, hot, sweltering Southern California, everybody, as the Mariners begin their final road trip of the 2014 season. And it begins against the Angels, a team the Mariners have a 7-5 record on the season, 4-2 here in Anaheim. As we welcome you to Angels Stadium of Anaheim, Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew on hand here. This is going to be a fun trip these last couple of weeks here. See what happens in the pennant chase. And the Mariners, they're going to get some stout opposition starting here tonight. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order that will face young Matt Shoemaker, the 27-year-old rookie.
Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Chevron. Leading off, Austin Jackson. Then Dustin Ackley has not been in the lineup lately. Back in the lineup, hitting second. We'll keep an eye on that ankle. Hopefully no issues for him. Then it is Cano Seager moving up and hitting cleanup. He has been hot on the road as of late. Kendrys Morales, the DH. See the season versus the Angels. 4 for 12 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Certainly like to see more of that in this series from Morales. Then it's Morris and Saunders in the lineup hitting seventh. Zanino and Miller rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. And for Shoemaker on the air, what a year he has had. Really has saved these Angels and been a big difference for them. 15-4 record for the rookie, a 3.16 ERA. Only 24 walks to 119 strikeouts. Good number for him, close to the numbers that Iwakuma has put up this year. He has given up 14 home runs, opponents hitting just 243 off of him.
Shoemaker, the American League Pitcher of the Month and Rookie of the Month for August.
Take a look at the defense for the Angels. Trout in center field, Calhoun in right. On the infield, Freeze, the third baseman, Ibar and Kendrick up the middle, Pujols at first, and Hank Conger will do the catching this evening. Again, the Angels defense third in the American League. Of course, the Mariners the number 1 defensive team in the American League. As you take a look at Shoemaker and what he did on Wednesday, defeated the Rangers, went 6 2/3, gave up 7 hits, but just 1 earned run. Did not walk anybody. That is not unusual for him. He throws a lot of strikes, 92 pitches in that outing for him.
Mike Scioscia, longest tenured manager in the big leagues. His team, right now, best record in baseball, and they are on the right track.
Well, they snapped a 10-game win streak yesterday with a loss. But they have played some really good baseball, and they have been scoring a lot of runs. So this will be a really good test for the Mariners pitching staff and their defense.
That's 85 runs during that 10-game win streak, giving up just 40. As you look at Austin Jackson, he'll lead it off. Shoemaker, 3 games against the Mariners, 2 starts, 1-0 with a 2.13 ERA. Beat the Mariners at Safeco Field May 29th. First pitch of the ball game is off the plate for ball 1.
Well, we've talked about the Mariners and their strengths. Everybody knows it's their pitching and defense. It's time for them to start scoring 4 runs a game again, Dave.
Yeah, over the weekend I wasn't here, but I was watching closely from afar, and a lot of guys left on base the last 2 nights.
Yeah, they were creating opportunities, but just 2 for 21 over the weekend with runners in scoring position. But it was good to see Austin Jackson yesterday reach base a couple of times and had a couple of steals.
There's Freeze jumping up to get Austin Jackson. And there's 1 away. Freeze World Series hero with St. Louis a couple of years ago. 91 degrees here.
And the Mariners over the weekend having their struggles on the offensive side of things. And sure is nice to have Dustin Ackley back in the lineup. He had been one of their hot hitters. Take a look at his numbers and what he's done against the Angels this year. 5 RBIs for Dustin against the Angels.
So Lloyd McClendon yesterday felt good. Had the bone spurs, knocked him out for a while. Said, as long as I'm healthy and I don't think I can hurt the club, I can help swing the bat, let's do it. And Lloyd said, get in there, give me a 4 for 4. See what happens. Umpires tonight, Chris Conroy, 40-year-old from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, has home plate. Jordan Baker at first, Jerry Mills at second, and Bob Davidson at third. Lefty's hitting .262 against Shoemaker with 8 home runs. The righty's .223 with 6. And there's a drive into right field, and that'll drop down for a base hit. So welcome back, Dustin Ackley.
And it looked as if he was taking it easy, running down to first. Probably a good idea, having to nurse that ankle along, but he ends up getting a base hit. As Dave mentioned, left-handers hitting .263 against him, but you can see Dustin, one of the best base runners on the club. Still hobbling a little bit, but trying to give it a go.
There's Robinson Cano. Fine year continues. 5th in batting average. Dropped a little bit. Tied for 3rd in hits. 3rd in on-base percentage. 2nd in batting against right-handers. 2nd in road batting average. Could use a lot of that here starting tonight. The other way, Ibar. Nice pick as Kendrick turns a double play. That's a beauty. There's that guy Ibar again. Every time we're here, he does something to beat you. Nothing across for the Mariners. Angels coming to bat. Well, Michael, we've been coming here for a lot of years, and I think there's a play that we have not seen Eric Ibar make yet.
Well, Cano hits this ball hard in between hops, still fields it quickly and gets it away to Kendrick for the double play to end the first for the Mariners. Take a look at the lineup for the Angels. All the power in the first 3 hitters. Calhoun with 16 home runs. Then it's Trout, 34 home runs. Albert Pujols has 26 home runs, but over his last 4 games, just 1 for 14 with 5 strikeouts. Then it's Kendrick, Ibar, and Freese in the middle of the lineup. Bosch, Conger, and Navarro rounding out the 9 for the Angels. Corey Iwakuma on the year. You see that he has a 3.11 ERA. Looking for his 15th win, 138 strikeouts, only 16 walks on the season. Opponents hitting .241. He's given up 17 home runs. He needs to keep the ball down in the zone, command the strike zone. If he can work ahead of hitters and get to that split, that's when he's at his best.
And he's got good numbers against a lot of these guys in this lineup, which is the hottest lineup in baseball right now. As you look at Cole Calhoun, takes a strike.
He has really become a good player for these Angels, the right fielder in the leadoff spot. You can see 283 overall, but 16 home runs and 56 RBIs hitting leadoff.
What a one, Nicole. Iwakuma 7th in the American League in ERA. Had a no decision against the Angels on July 18th here in Anaheim. Overall, though, 5-0 and 1.64 ERA against the Angels. 8 games and 7 starts.
For the Angels offensively, we've talked about the numbers. Their magic number now is 4. So 4 wins by the Angels, 4 losses by the A's. They will clinch the West. But a good offensive club. 2nd in average, 1st in runs scored, 6th in home runs, 4th in slugging, and 2nd in on-base percentage. Be a good test for the Mariners pitching, the best pitching staff in the American League.
Talking to people here around the Angels, that 10-game winning streak was against sub-500 teams. Wins nonetheless, obviously. It's Cleveland being an exception, Minnesota and Texas and Houston. So tonight, with the Mariners coming in with the outstanding pitching and defense, a little different type of test for them. But they did what they're supposed to. You get some, weak team like that, pound them, and they did.
Well, that's been one of the issues with the Mariners this year. They're right at 500 with those clubs. Angels well above it.
Big ball fouled off. Iwakuma will work up a lather tonight. He's got the long sleeves on in this 91-degree temperature.
I was watching him when he was warming up to get ready for the game. He also had the big jacket on running in the outfield.
Wow.
Trouble.
Ackley limping in. Comes in, makes the play.
Take a look at the rest of the defense for the Mariners. Ackley with that play in left field. Jackson in center. Saunders out and right. Kyle Seager, your third baseman. Miller getting the start at shortstop tonight. Cano and Morrison on the right side of the infield, and Mike Zunino will do the catching. That's a noticeable limp when he's running out in left field. It's that time of the year, though, Dave. You can go. Tolerate some pain. You have to get out there. Give him a lot of credit for going. Already with a base hit in this one.
Absolutely. Game number 149 for the Mariners, 150 for the Angels. There's Mike Trout. He's 4 for 22 against Iwakuma. And he can just say that his numbers are ridiculous this year again. He's looking at first in runs, first in total bases, second in slugging, fourth in doubles, fourth in walks, fourth in homers, seventh in on-base percentage. Here's the 0-1. Pop foul. Let's compare Mr. Trout to one of the all-time greats and a future Hall of Famer, Ken Griffey Jr. through the first 481 games.
I would say Mike Trout off to a great start to his career.
No doubt. Let him stay healthy, too. Oh, 2 pitch. Trout was telling me about the success the Angels have had in this run lately, and he said every night it's pretty much a different guy. Somebody coming up really big. A lot of steady performances, obviously, but somebody different each night with huge contribution.
Well, I have to believe that he's been in the middle of a lot of it with 34 home runs and 107 RBIs on the year. See his numbers a year ago today, 332 average with 23 home runs and 86 RBIs. So the average down, but look at that run production with the home runs and RBIs. Career highs for him.
1-2. In tight. Trout in his last 10 games hitting at 359 with 3 homers, 9 RBIs, scored 15 runs. Calhoun at a 326 clip, Pujols 318, Kendrick 500, Ibar 324, and Freeze at 389. 2-2. Breaking ball, got him looking. 2 down.
Well, Iwakuma wanted to throw that breaking ball in the outside corner. Ends up starting it right at the hip of Trout, locks him up, and has just enough break to it to catch the inside corner. But you could see Zunino was set up away, and Trout was expecting the ball to be away, and it fooled him.
Brings up Albert Pujols. 26 homers, 94 runs batted in. 3 for 22 against Iwakuma. There's a strike.
It'll be interesting to watch the Mariners pitch to him in this series, talking to the people from the Angels and guys that are around the club. So he's starting to turn on that inside fastball now. Earlier in the year, even last year, they used to throw a lot of fastballs in on him and get away with it. See that first pitch, breaking ball, and they're going to go away again from him.
Nice play by Seager. Good solid defense by the Mariners again. 1-2-3 go the Angels in the first. Big crowd here at Angels Stadium. No scores. We go to the second inning. All right, Brad, thank you very much. It'll be Kyle Seager, Kendrys Morales, and Logan Morrison, 4, 5, and 6 here against Matt Shoemaker.
And the Angels, like most of the teams in the American League, will put the shift on with Kyle hitting. Shortstop Ibar on the right side of the infield. Kendrick out on the grass.
Breaking ball hit down Pujols, but foul.
Talked a lot about Kyle in the year that he's having. A career year. Career highs in home runs, RBIs. A lot of that damage coming at Safeco Field, but he's picked it up on the road. His last 9 road games, hitting .424 with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. So hopefully that's a good sign for the Mariners now that they have 11 games in a row on the road. Let's take a look at Howard Johnson, the hitting coach for the Mariners.
Fastball got him looking. Didn't like it. No way.
Good two-seam fastball from Shoemaker. Like Kyle thought that pitch was inside, had a little run to it.
Matchup between these two AL West teams shifts to Safeco Field next weekend in what's shaping up to be one of the biggest series of the season. The Mariners and the Angels square up starting Friday the 26th. Both teams playing for October baseball. Be on hand. Bring the energy. Please bring the energy when the Mariners meet the Angels. Get your tickets. Mariners.com. We look forward to seeing you out at the ballpark. Good crowds over the weekend at the A's in town. Sell out on Saturday night. Here's Kendrys Morales. Old stomping grounds for Morales. Had a lot of success here with the Angels. Bounce that one up there, 1-2.
That looked like the split from Shoemaker. He likes to bounce the split. He can also throw it for a strike when he needs to. But with 2 strikes, he typically will want to bounce it. It's a lot like Iwakuma. Try to get the hitters to chase that pitch.
Down low again. Good numbers, outstanding performances here over his career. This is game number 250 here at this ballpark. Two. A full count.
Logan Morrison waiting on deck.
Swing and a miss. Terrific breaking ball.
Going back to the split. That is his out pitch. He went back to it. 85 miles an hour, and it is a strike right on the outside corner and at the knees. Again, he hasn't walked many people. We've talked a lot about Iwakuma and the strikes that he throws. Only 16 walks on the year for Iwakuma, but for Shoemaker, only 24 walks coming into this game. He will be around the plate.
That is impressive. 128 in the 3rd innings to start before tonight's ball game. Here's Morrison. 8 homers, 30 runs batted in for him. Pretty good homestand, 5 for 13. 2 home runs. It's this one through the hole into left field for a base hit. Second Mariner hit tonight.
I think if the Mariners are going to have success, you'll have to see more of this with the left-handed hitters, and that is hitting the ball the other way. Good running fastball, trying to run it off the outside corner, and he's able to get it there, but Logan going with the pitch, hits it through the hole on the left side.
Two outs for Michael Saunders. Sando looking to get off the 0 for 7 train. 2 for his last 13.
Saunders the only hitter in the Mariners lineup that has hit a home run off of Shoemaker.
Looks at strike one. Michael 6 homers and 28 runs batted in. Shoemaker turns 28 in 12 days. He's out of Trenton, Michigan, went to Eastern Michigan University in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Oh, and 2.
Pitches, 14 strikes for Shoemaker.
Oh, 2. Morrison back with the dive. Oh, 2 pitch to Saunders up high. Shoemaker one game with the Angels last year. Started, went 5 innings, got no decision.
I think when you're a club that is trying to win, you have to catch a break with some players that maybe you don't expect it. Again, Shoemaker made the club out of camp. He was their long reliever in the bullpen, and they had to put him in the rotation, and he's taken off with 15 wins. And for the Mariners, I think that guy would be Chris Young.
Shoemaker getting the call when Garrett Richards went down with an injury, season-ending injury. 2-2 pitch, 2 out, man at first. Two and 2 with 2 outs. Pitch to Saunders. Outside, so a full count. Mike Zunino on deck.
Second full count in the inning. Morales had a full count, and he was able to strike him out on the split. It was a good one right on the outside corner. We'll see what Shoemaker does here. Morrison will take off with the pitch.
Here we go. Morrison takes off the pitch, breaking ball. Popped up short right field. Howie Kendrick taking control. He's there, makes the play. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. Bottom of the second, coming up, no score. Sports is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Grammy-nominated Hawaiian artist Willie K. September 27th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. By Ford, we are local. And by American Family Insurance. Your dream is out there. Go get it. Find out more at amfam.com/dreams as you look at the Huntington Beach Pier, better known as Surf City, USA. Crank up some Jan and Dean and the Beach Boys. Why not? It's hot enough. Howie Kendrick fouls one back. Howie Kendrick, second baseman for the Angels, 10th in batting average in the American League, 292. Been a big producer for the Angels with runners in scoring position. He's 8th in the league in that category.
It's interesting to watch a team, and with Iwakuma, I think it goes back and forth as far as the game plan goes. But the Angels, it looks to me as if they want to try to take away that first pitch strike with his fastball away from him. Kendrick can be a patient hitter at times. There's a good breaking ball for a strike. And Trout certainly will take some pitches early in the count. Both of them swinging at that first pitch fastball.
Austin Jackson shading towards right center for Kendrick. Two and two. Two-two pitch. A long way foul. 2-2.
Right on the outside corner with a fastball. Iwakuma has a good fastball tonight. He's been around 90 with his fastball. And he's at his best when he's pitching down in the zone. At times he will elevate a fastball, probably just up out of the strike zone. See if he can get a swing at that pitch from time to time. But for the most part, he wants to be down. Also mix in that split. Good slider to the right-handers and occasional curveball.
2-2. Hit that target right on the money. Strike three called. 2 strikeouts for Kuma, both looking. He got Trout looking in the first inning.
I'll take a look at this fastball. His best one at 92 miles an hour on the outside corner and right at the knees. He stays in that area. He is usually really good.
One away here in the bottom of the second brings up Eric Ibar, switch hitting shortstop, batting in a 5-hole. We've seen him bat pretty much everywhere in the lineup over the years here with the Angels. Seager in a couple of steps on the grass at third base. Josh Hamilton working his way back. Had some shoulder problems recently.
Yeah, his right shoulder had some issues and missed some games.
Nice easy hop for Cano. Throws that Ibar 2 away. Don't forget to stick around after the game for the Mariners post-game show presented by Delta Airlines. Quick 2 outs in the second. Brings up David Freese.
Freese off to a slow start with the Angels this year, but getting things turned around, has his average up to 260 now, 8 home runs. Lately, he's been showing his power out towards right center field, and Jackson maybe shading a couple of steps that way.
Freese 2 for 6 against Iwakuma. One. I heard it again tonight, and every stop we've made regarding the Mariners in the playoffs. Don't want to face you guys in the playoffs. Not with that pitcher. Long foul.
They're doing everything that they can to try to get into the postseason. Tough homestand for them, but hopefully this road trip will work out a lot better. They have played better on the road this year.
Somebody asked Lloyd to explain why 2 games under 500 at home and 12 over on the road. He said, this stage of the year, it is what it is. One and two. Breaking ball and a good one.
No, they're saying it's foul ball. Saying it hit the dirt. No argument from Zunino on it.
Quick sell. Then he moved on. Home plate umpires Chris Conroy. One and two to Freeze. Pounded foul. Handled by Gary DiSarcina, third base coach. Former agent, shortstop, and a good one.
Yeah, pretty good shortstop back in his day. "27 pitches for Iwakuma, 20 strikes.
One-two pitch. Fouled off again. John Lester threw a terrific game against the Mariners yesterday. Hector Santiago had his troubles for the Angels pitching against Houston. Dallas Keuchel shut down the Angels. Santiago, 82 pitches, 44 balls, and didn't get very far. The Angels had their 10-game win streak ended by Houston yesterday. 1-2. Iwakuma third in Cy Young balloting last year. Shame he had to miss the first month of this season because of injury. Turned in a terrific campaign. 14-7, a 3.11 ERA. 2-2 to Freeze. Swing and a miss, got him. Got 3 strikeouts, first 2 innings. Good start. See if some runs can be produced for the young man. No score. We hit to the third. Night here in Southern California. No score. Mariners and the Angels, first of 4 as the Mariners begin their the last road trip of the season. First game here. Next time you're at Safeco Field, stop by the Seattle Children's Playfield. It's a playground located inside a ballpark. How much more fun can one kid have? The Playfield is located on the main concourse in center field next to the Moose Den. Here for the Mariners, it'll be Mike Zunino leading off against Matt Shoemaker. Looks at strike one. Mike then Brad Miller, then back to the top of the order in Austin Jackson.
A couple of hits for the Mariners tonight. Base hit in the first by Ackley, and then a base hit by Logan Morrison in the second inning.
Shoemaker got out of potential first inning trouble. And one out, Ackley at first. Ibar, Kendrick, and Pujols turned a nice double play. 2-1 to Zunino. Breaking ball hit foul. Fastball away, missed.
It's a scouting report on Shoemaker that he will use his fastball on both sides of the plate. Mix in an occasional breaking ball, but again, his out pitch is split.
3-2. Fastball beats Zunino. Third strikeout for Shoemaker. One away here in the third.
His last pitch, good fastball, 94 miles an hour from Shoemaker. Probably just off the plate away, but too close for Mike to take. He swings through it. Elevated fastball. It looked like Shoemaker has been trying to pitch down in the zone, but that last fastball just off the outside corner and up.
Here's Brad Miller. Brad 4 for 14 on the homestand. Looks at a strike. Cued it off the end of the bat. Freeze with the backhand. It's strong throw. 2 outs. It is now time for you to tweet your photos using the hashtag Mariners Fan Photo for a chance to have it shown later in the game. Brought to you by AT&T.
Back to the top of the lineup, Austin Jackson. Grounded out to third his first time. Let's start the game tonight. If the Mariners can make some adjustments, maybe take that fastball away from Shoemaker, throwing a lot of first pitch fastballs for strikes. 34 pitches total for him, 20 strikes.
Ball 1 to Jackson. Austin with the club now a month and a half. Terrific addition. Every day in center field, every day in a leadoff spot.
And again, had a couple stolen bases yesterday. Good to see him running.
Good count, 2-0. It's a ball deep into the right center field gap. The Trout has a beat on it, and he makes the catch just a step or two short of the warning track. Mariners go in order in the third. We're scoreless in Anaheim. Rich, you are. I don't think you have to worry about. Well, I don't want to go there, but the chances are slim. And Wyan Chen, I think he's impressive. I like that pitch.
Well, he's been good. Yeah, I agree with
him.
you.
Brennan Bosch down at AAA. Won a batting title. Here's a guy that had a lot of promise a few years ago with Detroit.
I thought he was going to be a really good player for the Tigers. Had a good year for them in his rookie year, and has not been able to repeat or get it going in 48 at bats here. Hitting just 125. No home runs and 4 RBIs.
I mean, run, throw, catch.
Yeah.
The whole package. Told that he's fallen in love with that pitch up in his eyes instead of staying, down in that sweet zone for lefties.
Right.
Trying to drive the ball out of the park, anything up around the letters. And it's gotten him in a lot of trouble.
Well, and that's the reason why you see the 2 fastballs from Iwakuma, both of them at the top of the strike zone.
Bottom third of the order, Brennan Bosch, Hank Conger, and Efren Navarro, 7, 8, 9.
So he's done over his last 10 games. It really has been a struggle for him.
Spent some time with the Yankees. Here's the 1-2. Tag applied by Zunino, and that's Kuma's 4th strikeout. He struck out 3 of the last 4 men that he's faced. Game 2 of this series coming up tomorrow. Century Link link to what's next. Romanus Elias goes for win number 11 against Corey Erasmus. Mike Scioscia has Rasmus in the 5-hole right now, and anybody else that he can throw out coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he probably won't be around 3 or 4 innings for him tomorrow, and then they'll go to the pen. There's Elias.
Switch hitting catcher Hank Conger.
Mariners put the shift on with Conger hitting.
Make a play. Right above us. Good friend Jose Mota made a catch yesterday. Brings the glove because there's about 4 or 5, and he's in the Spanish booth to our right for the Angels. But 4 or 5 guys in their lineup. When they foul balls back, it's always in that direction. So I said, the heck with this, I'm just going to bring a glove. He made a
good idea.
He made a clean catch yesterday. One and one here to Conger. One and two.
And now Kyle Seager will move around to the right side, and you can see why. 25 hits towards right field, 16 back up the middle, only 8 hits to left. Brad Miller now the only infielder on the left side.
Ball and 2 strikes. Jackson has the ball hit right at it. 2 outs. Bring up Efren Navarro, the left fielder. Iwakuma. 8 up, 8 down with 4 strikeouts. So far, so good. When you were talking earlier about being such a hot night, he's got the sleeves on. He hasn't performed always at the top level in extreme heat like we're going through right now. And so far, so good.
Well, I think the hope is, even though it was over 90 degrees at the start of the game, the sun was down, so that probably helps him, but we'll keep an eye on his pitch count. He's now at 40 pitches for the ball game, 29 strikes for Iwakuma. Navarro getting an opportunity to play with Hamilton not available. Hamilton with the sore right shoulder, having a tough time swinging the bat. He was out for early batting practice today, so we'll see if he can work his way into the lineup during this series. Mariners here for 4 days.
2-0 count. 3-0. Cole Calhoun on deck, leadoff man. Kuma should have a business card. Thou shalt not pass. Certainly not on a regular basis.
And only 16 walks on the year for Iwakuma.
It's 3-0 here. Betcha by golly, wow, he actually walked it down.
The number 9 hitter. Funny how that works out sometimes.
How about that? Yeah. 4 pitches. Another rare walk by Iwakuma. 17th of the season. 2 outs. Back to the top of the order. And Cole Calhoun, he flied out to left. Strike one. Center field coming on Jackson. Can't get it. Base hit. Cole Calhoun, first hit for the Angels. And they threaten now here in the third. 2 outs and 2 on.
Fastball on the outside corner, and it looks as if he ends up hitting it off the end of the bat. It's a little soft line drive into center field. And now Iwakuma will have his work cut out for him with Trout walking up to the plate. Trout caught looking his first time up for a strikeout. One of the things that we've seen from Trout over the last few years, Dave, is he really likes the ball down. It doesn't matter if it's in or out over the plate. That's what he's looking for. Iwakuma, in his first time up, was able to throw some fastballs to the top of the strike zone to get ahead of him and eventually put him away with a breaking ball.
We've seen him do some damaging work on that pitch down. Low pitch, and he can go get it.
Even down out of the strike zone.
You bet. And we've seen him go opposite field. Good job by Zunino. Ball one.
I was watching him take batting practice today. It's borderline ridiculous where he was hitting the ball.
Right?
He's ricocheting it off of everything here in the stadium.
MVP. Lock. Throw away the key. I mean, come on.
I think with the success the Angels have had, yes.
Absolutely. Second the last 2 years to Cabrera. One-0 pitch. 2 outs, 2 on. Foul tip.
Again, a high fastball. Right at the top of the strike zone. You can see it on our EQC tracer.
Like Trout, Pujols, Kendrick, Ibar. Talking about a minefield. Jeez. One to Trout. Marked outside. 2-1. Big pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Worked inside. Ball 3. Pujols on deck.
Let's see if Iwakuma will give into him and give him a fastball to hit. Most of the time in this situation, you can look for a fastball down and on the outside corner.
These Angels have been on fire. 19-8 in July, 19-10 in August, and 10-3 in September. 3-1 pitch here to Trout. Walked in, bases loaded. Albert Pujols coming up.
And he tried to paint that fastball down and on the outside corner, but he missed his spot.
Here's one of many things scary about Albert Pujols. 7 of his 10 hits this season against the Mariners have gone for extra bases. 4 doubles, 3 home runs.
Well, this is when it gets really tough because there's nowhere to put him. You can see what he's done in his career. 12 career grand slams. This year he has struggled, though, just 2 for 17 with the bases loaded.
So 2 walks in this inning by Iwakuma after retiring the first 8 men that he faced in the ballgame. Bases loaded. These walks come with 2 outs. First pitch. Hit a long way. It is going to go foul. Oh, man.
And that looked like the split, just 86 miles an hour. He left it middle in. We'll take a look at it. Split set up in the middle of the plate, and that's where that ball ended up. He gives it a ride, but it is foul out in front of the 86 mile an hour split.
Dangerous, dangerous customer here in Albert Pujols with 1,592 career runs batted in. 36th all time. He's got 518 home runs. That's 21st all time. Oh, 1 pitch. Breaking ball in there, beauty. 0-2. Navarro, Calhoun, and Trout, the base runners. He comes back with here 0-2 to Albert. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Another breaking ball went back to the slider. Maybe he would try to bounce a split up there, but this is a breaking ball. Kuma now at 53 pitches, 35 strikes working here in the third.
That's what Albert's done against right-hand pitching. Early crisis here for Kuma. 0-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. Pitch to Pujols.
Showed you that area, and he was borderline in that 400-plus area for him. Good swing by Pujols, but he was able to get away with it.
This pitch, this at-bat could be a tone setter for the series.
Well, you can see that Iwakuma, I mean, he is really taking a lot of time in between pitches. He understands that. This could be his ball game right here. The problem is his pitch count starting to grow on him at 54. I think he's aware of exactly what you're talking about, Dave.
0-2 to Albert. Just got a piece of it.
And a great pitch. Good fastball at 93 miles an hour, just off the outside corner.
Playoff baseball, baby.
That's it.
Wow.
Take a look at it. Set up on the outside corner, just off the plate. Too close for Pujols to take, and he just gets a piece of it. Excellent pitch from Iwakuma.
Couple of good ones.
He's still in a 0-2 count. He hasn't bounced that split. He hasn't gone back to it ever since he hit it foul on the first pitch. 25 pitches here in this inning.
Navarro, Calhoun, and Trout, the base runners, 2 outs. Pujols grounded out to third in his first at bat. Pitch from Kuma. Fouled off again. Boy. Too big.
And And for that to be down and away, and the backup breaking ball that stayed in off the plate.
Trying to get out of here with a 0 on the board here. Really don't have to go to the 9th inning for all the time for a tight taut situation, do you?
No.
Man, oh man. Bases loaded. Future Hall of Famer at the dish. The time called.
This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat. He has been behind this about the entire time. 0-2 still to count with the 7th pitch coming up. Good battle going on.
If there was ever time you could use a strikeout, here it is right here. 0-2 to Pujols. Pitch. Down the line, fair ball. Navarro scores.
Trout is flying.
Calhoun scores. Here comes Trout. Thrown to the plate. It is not in time. Albert Pujols with a 3-run double, and he's hurt at second base.
Well, that looks like a hamstring.
The Pujols injured out at second base. Cano waving on.
Let's take a look at it. Again, this pitch almost on the ground. That was the split, and he hit it on the ground. He comes out of the box limping a little bit. But Trout at first base was flying around the bases. I thought they had a chance on the relay with Brad Miller. Brad wasn't able to get much on the throw. And I think that's the difference as you see Trout score from first. And Pujols coming around first. So he's limping already. So, yeah, he's just kind of dragging that leg along. And I think with where the Angels are, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out of the game right now. And that's exactly what is going to happen. They will take him out of the game. Their magic number at 4, best record in baseball, and they're not going to take a chance with him.
Absolutely not.
But damage done.
How about the pitch that he hit?
It was almost on the ground. It was a good pitch from Iwakuma. He was trying to bounce it on the plate.
Yeah.
Take another look at this pitch. There's the split grip. Good look from our McDonald Supermo and the tumbling action of this ball, and it is down. Basically hits it with one hand, little backhand. Tony Campana will put a pinch run for Pujols. But that's just great hitting right there. Good pitch from Iwakuma. He made a number of good pitches.
Yes,
what a battle.
He did. I mean, that's a pitcher's pitch.
Take one more look at it. You can see how far down that pitch is, and then he's able to keep it fair. Tough break for the Mariners and Iwakuma.
Another tough hitter in Howie Kendrick. Howie with a strikeout looking his first time up. So Tony Campana is in to run for Pujols. A lot of 2-out damage by the Angels. Puma behind 2-0.
Well, with that, his pitch count continues to mount, having to throw a lot of pitches in this inning. Next pitch will be 60 for the game as he works here in the third.
Dominic Leone getting up. Shot to the gap, can't get it. Jackson will have to get it off the wall. An RBI double, Howie Kendrick, 4-0 Angels. Howie with his 71st RBI, his 30th double.
Angels 2 for 2 with runners in scoring position.
And with 2 outs.
Now, a couple of walks come back and get Iwakuma. Man that hardly walks anybody on the year. Only 16 walks on the season as Rick Waits will go out and have a conversation with him. But the 2 walks end up hurting him here. And this is a mistake. He throws him a fastball right in the middle of the plate. Kendrick, too good a hitter, came into the game hitting .292 on the year. And you can see Austin Jackson shading towards right center, but this is a bullet out to right. Not able to get to it in time. So back-to-back doubles for the Angels.
Angels have already fouled off 18 pitches, including 5 by Pujols in that at bat. And then the streak has gone by the wayside with, let's see, that's 2 walks for Iwakuma. Came in tonight, most consecutive starts with 2 walks or fewer. It's still alive at 33, but it's in danger of going away here. Eric Ibar rounded out to second base, his first time up. Right to Brad Miller. That'll do it. A lot of 2-out damage by the Angels. A 3-run double by Albert Pujols. A Howie Kendrick RBI double. It's 4-0 Angels. All right, thank you so much, Brad. Mariners got to get cranking here. Down 4-0. Dustin Ackley to lead off. To the breaking ball for strike one. Tony Campana stays in the game in left field. And moving from left field to first base, which is natural position, Efren Navarro. Ackley with a base hit to right his first time up, erased in a double play. Boy, the Angels tough, Mike, in the third inning.
I'll tell you what, the at-bat that Pujols put on Iwakuma right there, maybe one of the best at-bats we've seen this year.
I'll buy that, absolutely.
0-2, and he fouled off 5 pitches before he finally hit a pitch that was their third strike on Dustin. That pitch was on the ground. That was a good pitch from Iwakuma. That's where he wanted to throw it, and you have to give him a lot of credit, but one of the better at-bats, unfortunately, that we've seen.
8 men to the plate, 4 runs on 3 hits.
And take a look at this last pitch. Good fastball, 90. Oh, this is the pitch to Pujols. That's the split. You could see where it was at. And again, so many times when he gets 2 strikes, he tries to bounce it on the plate, and I think that's where it would have ended up if he had not hit it. And it's one thing to hit it, but to hit a line drive down into the corner and keep it fair.
There's Cano. It's at ball 1. Mariners with 1 hit in the first by Ackley, raced in a double play. A 2-out single in the second by Morrison. Left stranded.
Well, the Mariners will have to hit their way back into it against Shoemaker. Like Iwakuma, doesn't walk a lot of batters, only 24 walks on the year for him. He will be around the strike zone, and he has been, especially with his fastball.
Angels can clinch a postseason berth with a win tonight. As they also are closing in on wrapping up the division.
And again, their magic number is 4. Oakland not playing tonight.
loss tonight would eliminate the Mariners from AL West championship potential, as this one bounces off the wall. And again, Cano showing outstanding strength going the opposite way. Seen 90% of the pitches he's seen this year been middle away, and he continues to drive the ball over people's heads.
Oh, and if it's elevated, that's when he's going to get some air under it. And this pitch is at the top of the strike zone. Again, a fastball at 91 miles an hour, and Campana playing shallow in left field. Tries to get back in time. He gets turned around, the ball slicing on him now, and can't make the catch. So Mariners in good shape with a double with just one out here in the fourth.
34th double for Cano.
And we'll bring up Kyle Seager. Kyle striking out, looking his first time up. You can see Cano leading the club in doubles with 34. Seager right behind him with 27.
Those streaks are known to come to an end. Shoemaker's not lost since August 6th. He's gone 6-0 since that time. Mariners with one out, one on. Here in the fourth inning. Breaking ball. 1-1 to Kyle. Kendrys Morales on deck. Here's Cano. One out double. His 34th double of the season. Kyle behind 1-2.
That time it was the split, so trying to stay away from the fastball with Kyle.
Shift on for Kyle. Kind of 1-2 pitch. Two. Popped up and playable. Coming in is Campana. 2 away. 2 outs in the Mariners' fourth. It brings up Kendrys Morales, struck out on a 3-2 pitch in his first at bat. 4-0 Angels. Albert Pujols, a bases clearing double and an RBI double by Howie Kendrick for the 4 runs, all coming with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. First of an 11-game road trip, final road trip of the season. During your playing days, did you ever finish up with an 11-game road trip as your last roadie?
Boy, not that I can remember.
5 or 6 maybe, but not at 11, right?
No, maybe at the most at 9, and that was a long one, but 11. And there's no off days in there for the Mariners. And just to add to it, the Mariners will play a night game here Thursday night. Not due to get into Houston until 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and have to play that night against Houston.
Well, all I could say is put in your breakfast order right now. Back up the middle. Ibar's wait for it. Throws out Morales, and that'll do it for the Mariners in the fourth. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. 4-0 Angels. Link, your link to what's next. Buy Jack in the Box right now at Jack in the Box. Try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and some Mariner fans here at Angels Stadium where the Angels lead this first of 4-0. Iwakuma rough inning in the third. 8 men to the plate, 4 runs on 3 hits, and the damage done with 2 outs. David Freese will lead off here in the fourth against Iwakuma. Struck out 4, walked 2.
Iwakuma having to throw a lot of pitches in the third. At one point they had Dominic Leone up in the pen. You can see 62 total, 42 strikes.
Freese struck out on a 2-2 pitch his first time. Breaking ball. Hit the center field and deep. Going back, Jackson, gone. Up into the hedges. Boy, did he drive that a long way. Hanging breaking ball, and he banged it out of here. That's home run number 9 for Freese's 51st run batted in, a 5-0 Angels lead.
Dave, we were talking about it in his first at bat, talking to the people from the Angels and getting some scouting reports from some of these guys, and they said that Freese had been swinging the bat much better. And a lot of his damage going to right center field, hitting the ball the other way. And that's what he'll do on this pitch. Off-speed pitch, breaking ball, just a little hanger, ends up staying on the inside corner. Look at this inside-out swing. You have to have some strength to do that as he hits it out to right center, up over the hedges.
That hit hard off the bat of Brennan Bosch. So Iwakuma get touched up here in the fourth. His last 4 batters, 3-run double, RBI double, a ground out, a homer, and now a single.
And you can see Rick Waite's on the phone again out to the bullpen. Probably be Dominic Leone. Dominic was up earlier, and it will be. Shouldn't take much for him to get loose.
Freese during their 10-game winning streak was 14 for 36, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in, scored 6 times.
With Conger hitting, Mariners will put the shift on. Brad Miller on the right side of the infield.
Ball 1 to Hank. Hank now 1 for 8 against Iwakuma. A homer and a single to start the fourth for the Angels. Ball 2.
And Iwakuma, his struggles continue, Dave, over his last 4 outings. ERA up over 7. Had a tough time getting deep into games, and it looks like that's going to be the same thing here. Going to throw a lot of pitches early.
Runner goes. This one driven deep to left. Ackley backing up. Hovland is able to make the catch. Brendan Bosch retreats. 1 away. Non-stop action. Heart-pounding excitement. Historic performances. Don't miss the 2014 postseason beginning September 30th.
Seeing Bosch taking off at first. The Angels they don't steal a lot of bases, which is a bit surprising. They are 11th in the American League in stealing bases, but Mike Scioscia will put the game in motion with the hit and run quite a bit. And I think that's what we saw right there with Bosch running on the pitch.
Brings up Efren Navarro. Started the game in left field, moved to first with that hamstring injury of Pujols. Walk and a run scored for Navarro. That back in the 3rd inning. Rough night here for the Mariners and Iwakuma. Strike one to Navarro. Meanwhile, Matt Shoemaker getting another long rest here. He's pitched shutout ball through 4, giving up 3 hits, striking out 4. Angels starter. One. Dominic Leone continues to heat up.
He's just pacing himself out there. He's ready to go whenever Lloyd wants to come get him.
Kuma's walked 2, struck out 4, giving up 5 runs on 5 hits. Pitch. That will get down. Mosh will hold at second. That's a 3rd hit in the inning. 2 men aboard. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Comes Lloyd McClendon. Has 3 more games here against Anaheim. Go to Houston. 4 in Toronto, and then come home for the final 3 games of the regular season. That's going to do it for Iwakuma. He has been touched up in a big way in 3 innings plus. 5-0 Angels. Masashi Iwakuma. Kuma did not have it tonight.
No, he didn't. He's been struggling lately, and it continued in tonight's game, something the Mariners really did not need. For Leone, 7-2 record, a 2.23 ERA, 65 strikeouts and 23 walks. Opponents hitting just .215 against him. For Dominic, a good fastball. He'll be 95 miles an hour with a hard slider. So things are looking pretty good for the Mariners with the Yankees losing and the Blue Jays losing, but And the Kansas City Royals, the team right in front of them, end up coming back and winning in the 9th inning.
And two guys you've always circled their names as we look at Iwakuma. We'll get back to the second. Iwakuma's line for tonight.
Just 3 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs. All of them earned, a couple of walks. Both of them scored 69 pitches for him, 47 strikes, and he is responsible for the 2 base runners.
Two guys you've always liked, Kane and Dyson. Extraordinary speed, both of them.
Right. Dyson, you heard it from Brad, scoring from second base on a wild pitch. He's something.
There's Cole Calhoun. Leadoff homer by David Freese. Brendan Bosch is single to right. After Conger flies to left, Navarro singles to left center. That's where we are here in the 4th inning.
So far, the Angels 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight.
1 for 2 night for Calhoun with a run scored. Brendan Bosch, good speed out at second base, and after Navarro at first. Dominic behind 2-0. Gets a strike.
Good fastball, 96 miles an hour, just out of the strike zone. Calhoun helping him out, swinging at that pitch is probably below the strike zone.
Bouncing ball, Morrison feeds to Leon. Runners move up. 2 away. Now you got to deal with Trout.
Well, you don't have to. You have first base open. Campana came into the game for Pujols. Had cramping in his hamstring and had to leave the game. I would assume they'll put Trout on and go after the young left-handed hitter.
Mike's not even getting into the crowd. It's 4.
No
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Trout intentionally passed for just the 5th time this season. Pujols leads the club with 11. That will load the bases again. So Trout's aboard. So Campana came on to take Pujols' place. Albert with a tremendous at bat. Fouled off multiple pitches. 0-2 offering, hit a split. It was a good pitch from Iwakuma, who doubled down the left field line.
Campana only 3 at bats on the year. He is 1 for 3 since being called up. Watching him out in left field, he looks like he has good speed. Kyle Seager playing even with the bag at third.
28-year-old from Springboro High School out of Springboro, Ohio. Went to the University of Cincinnati and North Carolina Asheville. Tony's been with the Cubs and Arizona prior to coming here to the Angels. Two and 0. The bases are loaded. Bosch at second, Navarro at Bosch at third, Navarro at second, and Trout at first. 2-0 pitch. Back with a strike.
Dominic so far 11 pitches, just 3 strikes for him.
Solid smash, left field. Jackson Chargers. Here's the throw to the plate. Offline. 2-run single, Tony Campana. 7-0 Angels. Out of that 3-hole tonight, they've driven in 5 runs.
And they've been clutch, too. 2 outs again. Well, he gets a fastball down at the bottom of the strike zone. Just slaps it back up the middle.
Moving up to second is Mike Trout. 2 outs, 2 on. Howie Kendrick, RBI double his last time up. Seager, wow. Cano got there in a nick of time to get the force out, but more damage done by the Angels as they score 2 more times, and that lead is at 7-0. It's the Angels 7-0, and tune in tomorrow night. Mariners face the Angels, second game of this 4-game series. Action starts with the pregame show beginning at 6:30 Pacific, followed by first pitch at 7:05. All Tuesday games this season are presented by T-Mobile. It has been a rough couple of innings here for the Mariners as we look at tomorrow's matchup. Roenis Elias against Corey Rasmus. Angels over the last 2 innings, Mike, have sent 8 men to the plate in the third, 8 men to the fourth, scoring 6 runs on, make that 7 runs on 7 hits.
Well, we've talked about it before the game started. They have been the hottest team in baseball, and as Morrison pulls this ball foul, they've been the hottest team in baseball. And through that period, when they were winning 10 games, you mentioned it's averaging 8.5 runs a game. And so any mistakes that you make right now, they are capitalizing on it. You take a look at Mike Scioscia.
They hit a stretch where in that 10-game winning streak, they had 7 consecutive games where they scored 7 or more runs. And I was talking to Don Baylor, their hitting coach, he said, we had 1 inning that went 46 minutes.
Makes a hitting coach happy, doesn't it?
He's thrilled. Beyond all imagination.
When you have a control-type pitcher like Shoemaker on the mound and he has 7 runs to work with, he's going to be aggressive with his fastball on the edges of the plate.
Fly ball, right field. Cole Calhoun on away. Morrison 1 for 2. I'm going to bring up Michael Saunders. He popped out to Howie Kendrick, the second baseman. Mariners have done a good job for the most part during the season. They've had their ups and downs. They've been able to bounce back. You have to do it all over again starting here tonight. Ground ball to Ibar. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Shoemaker remind you of anybody recently?
Not the way he kind of short arms the ball.
Yeah.
He's a good two-seamer. Most of the guys that I've seen throw it with that style typically have a pretty good changeup and a curveball. He doesn't mess with a curveball. It's more of a slurve. And, of course, the split that he's been able to use tonight.
Been a good one. 3 hits tonight for the Mariners. 2 outs here in the 5th. Here's Mike Zunino. Strike one to Mike.
You have to give him credit, though. He was stuck in AAA for a long time and eventually made this club as a long reliever this year. He wasn't supposed to be in the rotation. Ended up catching a break. They put him in the rotation, and he has run with it. 15 wins on the year.
Unfortunately, he had to come in and take the place of Richards, who was hurt. But boy, he's just been the doctor order for Mike Socha and the crew. Two and one to Mike. Another pitcher's pitch. 2-2.
Hard breaking ball off the outside corner.
Plays Zunino straight away. 2-2 pitch. And struck him out. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the 5th. It's a 7-0 Angels lead. Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by BECU, offering convenient access to online and mobile banking. Get info and join at becu.org. By Country Financial, grow your own way. And by Seattle City Light. Visit seattle.gov/WePower for more information. Tough going here for the Mariners as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's been all Angels. Albert Pujols, a 3-run double. Howie Kendrick, an RBI double, a 2-run single by Tony Campana, and a home run by David Freese. Yikes.
And we'll have a new pitcher for the Mariners. Leon out of the game now. Lucas Licky will take over, a 4.15 ERA. Doesn't pitch much, just 4 1/3 for him. Opponent's hitting 200.
So Lucas will face Eric Ibar, David Freese, and Brennan Bosch, 5, 6, and 7 here in the home 5th. Tough night for Iwakuma. 3 1/3, 7 hits, 7 runs, all earned. 2 walks, 4 Ks. Ibar tonight's grounded out to second and grounded out to short. Switch hitter, turn around, bat right-handed. Played well again by Seager. Short hop, he's got that one down. He's got fully nailed.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I was talking to Chris Woodward about it, and then I talked to Kyle too. And basically, he used to have his hand pretty straight, and now he has a little bit of a hinge with his wrist. And he said he feels that he just smothers the ball, and we've watched him do that consistently over the course of the summer. It's something that he's worked on in spring training, and it's rare that he doesn't come up with it. He's been really good for the Mariners on the defensive side of things.
And no bobble, no fumble.
No.
I mean, picks it cleanly.
Accurate throw.
There's David Freese again. He powered a home run beyond the hedges in center field. No count. Hit hard, right field, right at Michael Saunders. Two away. This Friday we have another high school sports football game of the week presented by Papa Murphy's. Tune in to see the Skyline Spartans kick off against the Mount Si Wildcats at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. Don't miss your favorite local teams in action this season on Root Sports.
I'll bring up Bosch. Bosch with a base hit. Scored around his last time. Up 1 for 2 tonight.
Bosch released March of last year by the Tigers, signed by the Yankees 2 days later. Then they cut him in July. Free agent signee with the Angels in January of this year.
A couple of good sliders off the plate away for Lucas to get ahead of him.
Here's the 0-2. High and deep to right field. Saunders watching it leave the building.
That is a powering home run. Well, he went back to the off-speed pitch again, but this time he leaves it in the middle of the plate. And the Angels right now, they are not missing any mistakes.
And Bosch, his first home run as an Angels' 5th RBI, 8-0 Angels.
Take a look at it. See the location right there in the middle of the plate.
Got it on an 0-2 pitch. They are hotter than the weather here in SoCal.
Take a look at it. That is the grip for the slider. Again, trying to probably get it off the plate a little bit further away. Sometimes you overthrow it, try to throw it too hard. And that one didn't break much at all. This little spinner in the middle of the plate.
First home run as an Angel is 46th in his career. Bosch had a good year in 2011, 16 homers in 115 games for the Tigers. He went 14, 16, and 12 his first 3 years with Detroit. And trying to regain that stroke right now. Angels with the best home record in Major League Baseball, the best overall record in baseball. 4.9 runs per ball game, tops in the major leagues entering tonight. And they've got 8 on the board here in the 5th. Three balls, one strike. And he walked it. That brings up Navarro. With the man aboard, 2 outs and a run in on the home run by Brennan Bosch.
Navarro has walked and scored and had a base hit and scored.
Not bad from your 9-hole hitter.
And he started in left field. Hamilton hasn't been able to play with a sore shoulder, and then he had to move to first base because Pujols, after he had the bases clearing double, ended up having a hamstring issue, cramping in his hamstring.
Boy, Hamilton with 263, 10, and 44. I hate to say this, but he's not missed.
A little bit short, isn't it?
Cano can't get it. On the third. Throw not in time.
Give him an E.
An E4 on Cano. It's been one of those nights.
Looks like he's over there in pretty good shape, ranging to his left. Make this play all year. See if the ball goes flat on him. Not really, just right off the end of the glove. Back to the top of the lineup. Cole Calhoun, 1 for 3 with a run scored.
Conger to third, Navarro at first, and again, Mike, third consecutive inning, 2-out damage.
The Angels tonight 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Yeah, you're right, Dave. A lot of damage with 2 outs tonight.
Mariners shut out so far on 3 hits by Matt Shoemaker. Struck out 5.
Ramirez starting to get loose in the pen.
0-1 count here to Calhoun. Moving over towards the line. Makes the play, and that'll do it. A home run by Brendan Bosch as the Angels tack another on the board. It's 8-0 Angels. drown their sorrows in that food. 8-0. Angels. Join us at Safeco Field Friday, September 26th. Fan Appreciation Night. We're going to say thanks by giving away a vacation every inning. You can enjoy round-trip airfare on Alaska Airlines, a Holland America cruise, or a getaway package to Mariners spring training next year. Take a trip to mariners.com/fan to get tickets, and you could be the lucky winner that will be taking home a trip for yourself. That Shoemaker got a beauty working with a lot of help from his friends. Got a 3-hit shutout working through 5.
And Ramirez continues to throw in the Mariner pen, so it looks like he will take over. Pitch the bottom of the 6th inning.
Brad Miller leading off. Right a ground out to third. Trout coming in. 1 out. Iwakuma with his short stint tonight. He went 4 1/3 last time out. Tonight he went 3 1/3, 7 hits, 7 runs all earned. His ERA started the night 7th in the American League. It goes from 3.11 to 3.42. Top of the order, here's Austin Jackson.
Jackson 0 for 2, ground out to third and a fly out to center.
Worked inside and missed 1-1.
Shoemaker, good shape with his pitch count, just 68 pitches for him. And again, with a lead like this, he'll be more aggressive with his fastball.
Two-1. Breaking ball's in there for strike 2-2. Well struck by Austin Jackson. Base hit left center field. Campana will get it back in. 1 out single for the Mariners. Their 4th hit tonight.
So he gets a split down in the zone, stays with it. Didn't pull off of it. A big key as he gets a soft line drive out in the left center field, and James Jones will come out and pinch run for Jackson, so his night is over. Give James a chance to get in that bat or two.
So Austin Jackson finishes his night 1 for 3. Dustin Ackley, the hitter, base hit to right in his 1st inning. 4th inning, took a called 3rd strike.
Wouldn't be surprised with the issues he's had with his ankle if this is his last at bat of the night. Lloyd McClendon, luxury of a lot of bodies on his bench right now here in September.
Fans having fun with their cell phones. How are you with Morse code, Mike?
Not so much. You?
Long time ago. I can't help you. Two and 0. They play Ackley straight away. Runner at first. 1 out. Strike 1. Bouncing ball to Navarro. Touch. They'll get a tag at second. And there's a double play. Second double play turn tonight by the Angels, who lead 8-0. Clendon. James Jones stays in the game in center field. And taking over in left field for Dustin Ackley is Stephen Romero. And Quintero takes over behind the dish. And they get a new pitcher, Erasmo Ramirez. Here's Ramiro's ledger for this season. First hitter, Mike Trout. Trout, Campana, and Kendrick. Up and in to Trout. Mike tonight struck out looking, walked and scored, intentionally passed. Goes 0 for 1. Two to Mike Trout. Odds-on favorite to win the MVP in the American League. Special season once more again. Full count. Tony Campana replaced Albert Pujols. Albert had a 3-run double in the third. In the process, that's off his fist, and that's going to drop down. Base hit for Trout. Albert pulled a hammer. He was taken out of the ballgame.
Fastball right on the inside corner. Trying to clear his hands. Didn't quite do it. Jammed him, but he'll pick up a hit. Another look at the two-seam fastball from Ramirez. It's well located. Trout's just strong enough to pick up that hit. Campana hit the ball hard his first time up.
Jones is sheeting left center. Easy play for him. 1 out. Bring up Howie Kendrick.
Howie 1 for 3 with a double. Back in the third inning, picked up an RBI.
He's having a good year himself. 8th in runners in scoring position, batting average, and 10th in batting average entering tonight. Ramirez, the 4th Mariner pitcher. Iwakuma, Leon, Litke, and now Ramirez.
Howie's double in the third inning. He's out towards right center field, and James Jones shading towards right center.
One from Ramirez. Breaking ball popped up. Cano's got it. Two outs. Up there, Guybar. 3 groundouts tonight for him, 0 for 3. Just tuning in, the Angels went nuts. Third inning. 2 outs. They wound up sending 8 men to the plate, scored 4 times on 3 hits. 4th inning, get the 2 outs, then they go for 3 runs on 4 hits, 8 men to the plate. Then they get a home run by Bosch in the 5th.
Well, we've talked about it with Iwakuma at the start of the game, that he hasn't walked hardly anybody this year, only 16 walks. And with the way the Angels have been playing lately, he ends up walking 2 batters in that inning, and they both score. So it's rare that he walks anybody, and then tonight he didn't get away with it.
And then on the other side of the ledger, Matt Shoemaker has been strong. Shutout ball, 4-hit shutout ball through 6. Mariners have not had a multiple hit inning yet. Hits tonight by Ackley, Morrison, double by Cano, and a single by Jackson. Twice been erased in double plays. Way out front.
Good changeup.
Two pitch with 2 out. Hit hard. Right field. Saunders right there on the case. That'll do it. No runs to hit it. No errors at a man left. 8-0 Angels. visit to Anaheim this season. Take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the ball game, and we go to Matt Shoemaker, a 15-game winner, throwing another beauty here tonight.
A lot of run support for him tonight, but we heard about him. Good command of the fastball, doesn't walk many. Has a great split, seen an occasional breaking ball, and again, a lot of run support, so he is in line for his 16th win of the year. Probably going to be the rookie pitcher of the year in the American League. He's been efficient, 74 pitches for him as he works here in the 7th inning.
We'll get Robinson Cano, Kyle Seager, and Kendrys Morales. 3-4-5 for the Mariners. First pitch swinging, drives it deep, but Trout has it all the way. 1 out. Most popular way to follow the Mariners' push to the postseason is with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, radio broadcasts, the MLB TV game of the day, and more. Get at Bat for your smartphone or tablet from the App Store or visit Mariners.com. Kyle Seager, the hitter, struck out looking and fly to left. Strike one. 3-run, a 4-run third, a 3-run fourth, and a solo run in the 5th, accounting for the 8 Angel runs.
Angels have the shift on with Kyle hitting. I think with Cano and Kyle both hitting here in the inning, Chris Taylor will probably go into the ball game. See him go to shortstop. Brad Miller will move over to either third or second.
2-1 to Seager. Shoemaker with 5 strikeouts. Benefited from 2 double plays and hasn't walked anybody. It's 3-1 here to Seager. Campana going to hang up in the air for him. 2 outs. We have Kendrys Morales. He's 0 for 2, strikeout and ground out to shortstop. Strike one. Angels with a victory tonight clinch a playoff spot and reduce their magic number to win the division. Came in at 4. Mike Scioscia a lot happier about what's been going on with this ball club.
I think the biggest part has probably been his bullpen.
That's exactly where I was going.
A lot of struggles in the first half of the season.
I remember talking to them at the beginning of the year, and they question marks, issues, personnel, and now.
I think we were here when they picked up Houston Street.
Our second visit in.
Yeah. So that's been a big difference.
Now, and they've added since the beginning of the season Jason Grilli, now their 6th inning guy. Jepson, their 7th inning guy. Things go away once. Joe Smith in the 8th and Street in the 9th. And that's way better than what they had last year. 2-2 here to Morales. Off the fist, ground ball to Howie Kendrick. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the 7th. Angels 8-0. Washington's lottery at the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? Tough night for the Mariners, first of 4 here in Anaheim as they open up the final road trip of the season. It's an 11-gamer, and it's been a long night, 8-0, as the Angels 4 1/3, 3 1/4, 1 1/5. Some changes. Chris Taylor comes in and plays shortstop, and moving from shortstop to second base is Brad Miller. David Freese is the hitter leading off. He's 1 for 3, strikeout. Long home run to lead off the 4th into the hedges, center field, and a fly out to right field. Backing up Saunders near the track. He's got room. And there's 1 out. Take a look at our Seattle City Light power play. Albert Pujols has since left the ball game, but this is what he did to do big damage.
This was the at-bat of the game. Again, fighting Iwakumo behind in the count, 0-2, fouling off a number of pitches. That was a split that looked like it was going to bounce on the plate. And somehow he was able to hit it. His hamstring ended up cramping up on him. He had to leave the game after that, but he drives in 3 runs with 2 outs.
Brendan Bosch, long home run his last time up. Retired quickly. He's 2 for 4, RBI, 2 runs scored. Ramirez gave up a single to his first batter, Mike Trout. Since then, he's retired 5 consecutive hitters. Shane Conger lined out to center, fly to left, walked into 5th.
Again, a lot of changes for the Mariners. In the outfield, Romero in left, Jones in center, Saunders still out in right, and on the infield you have Seager at third, Taylor at shortstop. Miller moved over to second, Cano out of the game, Morrison at first, and Quintero will do the catching.
2-0. Three 0 to Conger, batting an 8-hole, doing the catching tonight. Three and 1. Challenged him in 1, 3 and 2. Foul ball off the bat of Conger. The count remains 3 and 2 to Hank Conger with Efren Navarro on deck. Rosmar Ramirez out of the bullpen tonight. Customary role as a starter.
He's throwing everything he has at him. Some good fastballs. That last pitch, a breaking ball, looked like a slider. With a changeup, but this will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Nobody getting loose in the Mariner pen, so it looks like Ramirez probably go the distance for this one. Good
swing and a miss. Goes 1, 2, 3. He's retired the last 6 men that he's faced after giving up a leadoff single to Trout in the 6th. To the 8th inning we go. Baseball on Root Sports being brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Big night for the rampaging Angels. 8-0 lead, 8th inning. They got 4 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. This man right here, Matt Shoemaker, throwing a whale of a ball game. 4-hit shutout. Logan Morrison, he got the second Mariner hit of the ball game. That was back in the second inning.
Veteran John McDonald taking over at third base, so Freeze out of the ball game. Amazing how much damage the Angels have done over the last 6 weeks.
Right?
Came into the game with 93 wins, best record in baseball. Scoring a lot of runs. Have their bullpen situation taken care of. I'm sure there is some concern right now with Pujols.
Absolutely.
Left the game with some hamstring issues. Hamilton already out with a bad shoulder.
They're in line to win 100 games. It would be the second time they've done it, if it happens. Last time was in 08. Angels have won each of the last 7 starts by Matt Shoemaker. Line drive into the gap, all the way to the wall. Logan Morrison, second hit tonight. Lomo with his 16th double. Got it on a 2-1 pitch.
Almost blistered. He takes advantage of a fastball out over the plate at 91 miles an hour. This is a screaming line drive over Howie Kendrick, the second baseman. It's fast outfield here. Calhoun, who runs well, was not able to cut it off, so an easy double for Morrison. That'll bring up Michael Saunders. Michael 0 for 2 tonight.
Got to pop out this short, pop out the second, ground out the short. Tipping and breaking ball straight through. Holding 0-2.
Not a lot of opportunity for the Mariners tonight. 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position.
5 hits. Shoemaker hasn't walked anybody.
Looks like Medina is getting loose in the pen for the Mariners. He's had some struggles lately, so Lloyd going to get him in the game, see if he can get that worked out.
1-2 here to Saunders. 2-2.
Shoemaker at 93 pitches now, 56 strikes. There is Medina. Mike Rojas, the bullpen coach.
Kendrick takes care of this. Morrison to third. One out, runner at third. Hey, coming up tomorrow, CenturyLink link to what's next. Game 2 of this 4-game series. Ryan Elias takes on Corey Rasmus. Elias looking for his 11th win.
Yeah, and Rasmus probably only pitched 3 or 4 innings. It's going to be the bullpen for the Angels tomorrow, so the Mariners really need a good outing from Elias. Hopefully he can command his fastball. When he's able to do that, he'll get to one of the better curveballs in the American League. And again, the Angels have been hot, so better be able to locate when he comes out of the pen to start the game.
Quintero took over behind the dish for Mike Zunino. full badly. Quintero playing in just his second game. There's the 0-1. Up the middle, slow roller, Ibar charges, throws, and gets it on scores. So Quintero picks up an RBI, 2 outs. Nice play by Ibar. Mariners on the board, 8-1. Mariners RBIs matter both on and off the field. For every Mariners RBI during the 2014 season, Backar makes a donation to the Page Ahead Children's Literacy Program. Mariners thank Backar for their support in our community.
Rasmus getting just his 3rd start. He's been pitching out of the bullpen this year. He only has 45 innings under his belt.
And again, with the loss of Garrett Richards.
It looks like the trainer and Mike Scioscia out to the mound.
You know, when he reached up trying to get that ball back up,
something?
Yeah, he might have pulled something.
Felt something in his ribs or his side, it looks like. Again, Pujols already out of the game with an injury, and I don't think Scioscia is going to take any chances.
No way.
We'll take a look at it. It's a little chopper right back up over the mound on this breaking ball. Maybe it happened on the pitch. It had to. He didn't do much there. Must have been while he threw the pitch. We'll take another look at it. Didn't see anything, but there will be a pitching change.
Not going to mess around. Mariners on the board here in the 8th inning, down 8-1 as Shoemaker takes his leave after a strong performance. Taking over. Right now, let's visit our Geico this date in MLB history. Back in '97, Joey Cora, 10th home run, giving the team 9 players with 10 or more home runs signed the Major League mark. Ken Griffey Jr. hits home runs number 51 and 52, and the Mariners finish the season most homers in baseball, 264.
Well, Thatcher will get as much time as he needs to get loose. You can see the sidearm delivery from him, veteran left-hander. Because he came on with the injury, they'll take as much time as he needs. 5.40 ERA, only 3 1/3 innings for him, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Fastball slider, try to sink it away from the right-handers. Good slider to the lefties. Former Padre. And it's something that the Angels have been looking for as a quality left-hander out of their bullpen. They haven't had one all year, so they're hoping that Thatcher can help them out. They make a run to the postseason.
Joe out of Kokomo, Indiana, went to Indiana State University. Made famous by Larry Bird. Been with the Padres in Arizona before coming here to the Angels. Joe James from Arizona back on July 5 with Tony Campana, Zach Bornstein, and Joey Krieber.
Well, 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Mariners able to score a run, so they break up the shutout. 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. His first batter will be Brad Miller. James Jones came on for Jackson as a replacement in the 6th inning. Talked about it, Dave. The boys have some work to do as you take a look at the calendar for the Mariners and trying to hang in there. Kansas City has already won. Tough homestand, and now this is not a good way to get to the road trip. Take a look at the remaining games. Counting this one tonight, only 14 games remaining before here with the Angels, and they move on to Houston for the weekend. 4 games set in Toronto, and then they'll finish up at home. 3 games against the Angels. And everybody hoping that those games will still matter when they get to them.
They're here.
Yeah.
Mariners are 9-7 against Houston, 5-1 down there. And against Toronto, they swept Toronto back in Seattle in the first half of the season. Mariners came in with a winning record here against the Angels, 7-5, 4-2 here in Anaheim.
I think the Angels dealing with a little different momentum right now than when the Mariners played them earlier.
No question. It's like they shipped in a whole nother team compared to what we saw the first couple of visits.
Thatcher missed with that first pitch slider.
Two and 0. Thatcher with a career mark of 10-13, 355 games. Entire career for Joe Thatcher. He's worked out of the bullpen. He's got 1 career save. That was back with the Padres in 12.
Well, and you can see from that delivery, looking for him to be a situational. They're saying interference by the catcher, so he hit his glove. And Mike Scioscia coming out of the dugout. Let's take a look at it, see if we can see. They're saying he hit the glove of Conger. I didn't see that. Looked like he fouled it off of his wrist. That'll be catcher's interference.
Chris Conroy is the home plate umpire. I believe this falls under this category of plays excluded challenge.
There's the interference or an obstruction. Let's see.
James Jones, first plate appearance, and came into the ballgame as a pinch runner in the 6th.
Take a look at our McDonald's Supermo in the swing by Brad Miller to again see if he was able to make contact with Hank Conger's glove. I thought he just fouled it off of his wrist. I didn't see it hit his glove. That looked more as a foul ball.
Wow, what a save by Conger. 1-1. pitcher not sharp here.
No. Not all. Again, a situational left-hander. Take a look at the bullpen for the Angels since Houston Street came onto the scene. See the difference for them. Innings pitched, obviously not nearly as many, but the saves, ERA much better, and opponent's batting average down too. So he's had a real effect on this club and what's been happening down in the bullpen. We've talked about it a lot with the Mariners and signing Rodney, getting him over, and how you push everybody else down into their slots, and that's basically what has happened with the Angels as Jones swings through that pitch.
2-2. Two outs and a 2-2 count here to Jonesy. And he's able to hold up. Count runs full.
Stephan Romero waiting on deck. Has not had a plate appearance tonight.
Three-two pitch. Miller takes off. Fly ball left field. Campana's there. And that'll do it. Mariners will get a run on one hit, no errors, and a man left. Bottom of the eighth. 8-1 Angels. All right, Brett, thank you. Urias Medina has not been sharp his last few outings, trying to get back to where he was, I don't know, about 3-4 weeks ago, with pretty much lights out coming out of the bullpen.
60th appearance on the year, a 2.34 ERA for him, 52 strikeouts over the 50 innings that he has pitched. Opponents hitting just .215 against Medina. Good running fastball. He'll be in the mid-90s with it. Mixed in a hard slider. He will get 9, 1, and 2 due up. Navarro, Calhoun, and Trout due up.
First pitch strike. 0-2 here to Navarro. Scored a couple of runs, Reed Stone an error. 1 for 2. Breaking ball, got him looking. 1 out. Dana racks up a strikeout. Save time and money. Lighting sounder from Lakewood and South Tacoma to Seattle. For schedules, visit soundtransit.org.
Cole Calhoun step in. He is 1 for 4. And a single back in the 3rd inning and scored a run.
Ball 1. Angels put it on the Mariners in the 3rd with a 4 spot, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Albert Pujols, pivotal at bat. 2 outs, bases loaded, 0-2 pitch, fouled off about 5 or 6 pitches, and then hit a heck of a splitter by Iwakuma. Kept it fair, down the left field line, scored 3 runs, and then Howie Kendrick doubled in. Tony Campana, who ran for Pujols, who had to leave with a hamstring injury.
Take a look at the grip of the breaking ball from Medina. This is on the strikeout to Navarro. And you can see he takes that index finger, digs his knuckle into it. A hard breaking ball for Medina. More than anything with him lately, I think it's been his command. His fastball command just hasn't been as sharp as it was early in the season, and really for the majority of the season. That's why he's had some issues.
He had stretches where he came in, he was unhittable. 2-2.
I've noticed with him over the course of the summer is his fastball has been consistent. He's 95, 96 miles an hour with his fastball, but lately he's had a lot of run to it.
Yeah.
And he's had a tough time commanding it. He wants a little bit of movement on it so he can run it off the outside corner to the lefties, but too much is causing him some problems.
Two to Calhoun. Mike Trout's on deck, got a 2-2 count here. Left field, Romero's there. 2 away here tonight. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. 2 away here in the 8th. And some bullpen action. Vinny Pistano.
Former Indian.
Yep.
Mariners have seen quite a bit of him when he was with the Cleveland Indians.
There's Mike Trout. To Trout. Strikeout, looking, walk, run, scored, an intentional walk, and base hit to center. Down and in and missed.
Talking about Trout earlier in the game and how dangerous he is on pitches down. So far, Medina, all three pitches down in the zone. So he better locate it on a corner.
Three and one. Campana's on deck. Ball four. Medina goes strikeout looking, fly ball and a walk. Be sure to join us tomorrow during the Mariners-Angels game. Another edition of Twitter Tuesday coming your way. And for an extra chance at winning, sign up for the Root Sports eConnect by visiting rootsports.com, where we'll post an exclusive Twitter Tuesday question. Campana, 2-run single back in the fourth. Fly to center in the sixth.
Only 5 at bats, but 2 for 5 since being called up. This has been a little bit of what we've been seeing from Medina. 16 pitches, 8 strikes for him.
He used to have a much better percentage than that.
He had a couple of quick outs, and now he's struggling to throw a strike, and Campana helps him out right there with a check swing.
Sometimes he tries to be too fine.
I think so. He has such good movement on his fastball. We were talking about it, that he's constantly trying to hit the corners. And you know what, though? That's a big part of the success that he's had along with having good stuff, is his ability to pitch off the corners. And he's just a little bit off, and he has been probably his last 3 or 4 outings. Able to hit the outside corner with that good fastball at 96 miles an hour.
A full count. Trout at first will take off. Trout runs, pitch. Foul off. Yankees with their 1-0 loss at Tampa Bay, eliminated from contention for the Eastern Division crown. Baltimore's all but wrapped that up. 3-2 pitch again, Medina to Campana. Easy Hap Morrison will race to the bag. Beat Campana, that'll do it. Here we go, top of the ninth. It'll be Romero, Taylor, and Seager. It's all Angels, 8-1. All right, Brett, thank you very much.
Vinny Pistano taking over, a 3.60 ERA. Only 15 innings for the Angels this year, 25 strikeouts, though. Sidearm delivery, sinker, slider. He will face Stephen Romero, his first at bat of the game, and fly ball out to Trout in center field.
One pitch, one out.
That'll bring up Chris Taylor. He'll have his first plate appearance.
Let's take a look at our Delta Airlines Keep Climbing wild card standings. Mariners going to lose some ground here.
Yeah, not good news for the Mariners. With Kansas City coming back and winning in the 9th inning. They were down 3-2. They came back and won 4-3. The Mariners see a game and a half behind Kansas City. And well behind in this one, 8-1 with one out here in the 9th. So not a good night for the Mariners.
Chris Taylor, the hitter. Pistano coming over from Cleveland, August 7th. Michael Clevenger, minor leaguer.
Chris came into the game for Robinson Cano.
Inside, Pistano a 5-8 big league record over 5 years. All of his work coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, most of it middle relief.
Look down to John McDonald, the veteran. And he gets Taylor 2 away. Bring up Kyle Seager. Put on the big shift for him.
For 3 night for Kyle. There's a strikeout, a couple flyouts to left field. He consistently pitched him away tonight. Another fastball right on the outside corner.
The Mariners down to their last strike.
That slider off the outside corner and missed with it.
What a groan, huh? Two. Full count.
Kendrys Morales waiting on deck, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Also grounded out a couple of times.
Pistano, third pitcher tonight for the Angels, 3-2 pitch. Back up the middle base hit for Kyle Seager.
Good at bat. Saves his night. 1 for 4 for Kyle tonight. Fastball in the inside corner, and he's able a little inside out swing as he drives it right back up the middle, just past Pistano on the mound.
First pitch to Morales. Hit hard, one hopper right to Kendrick. That'll do it. Angels with a resounding 8-1 lead. They clinch and win as they clinch the playoff spot tonight. Run their record to 94 and 56. Get it done in 2 hours and 54 minutes. And Mike, this game decided in the third inning. Albert Pujols 3-run double.
Right, Iwakuma in this one struggling again, just going 3 1/3, giving up 7 runs, 7 earned runs, and he had Pujols behind the count 0-2, tried to bounce a split, probably would have hit the plate, but you have to give Pujols credit. He hits it down the left field line to drive in 3 runs, and the Angels never looked back after that.
Not the start the Mariners are looking for to begin this final road trip, 11-gamer. They dropped the first game here in Anaheim, 8-1. The Mariners post-game presented by Delta Airlines is coming up next with Brett Adams and Dave Valley.